Jeff Sullivan reporting with Infowars.com. Today we're down here at Ocean Beach and we're asking some people right now what they think about the California sanctuary state and some of the cities that say, no, we do not want to be a part of this, and they're actively fighting back. So I'm hanging out with my friend Tony here. I wanted to ask him a couple of questions regarding California being dubbed a sanctuary state by Governor Jerry Brown, meaning that they won't actually work with law enforcement to deport people that are here illegally in the state. Any thoughts on that, Tony?
Well, I mean, mixed emotions all around, you know. I mean, if you've been, an immigrant before, all these, the dreamer laws, whatever, are trying to get, come to fruition negatively, I mean, if you earned your keep here, you might as well have an honest chance of becoming an American citizen. If you are coming illegally and you're being a riffraff and some of the thuggish, ruggish stuff, no, you definitely don't deserve to be here.
Well, obviously, I think it's a big mistake. Even if we got in a different governor, I think California, unfortunately, is pretty much lost.
The county of San Diego just recently said that no, we're not okay with being a sanctuary city as well. What do you think about that? How some of the cities are starting to band together?
I mean, yeah, if it's not, lucrative for the benefit of California and the cities that are running it, of course, I would definitely vote against it as well.
What are your thoughts on the wall itself, and did you know that they were starting to build it right now?
Oh, yeah, I knew they started. I think it's a good investment. I think we could save that money in a couple years' time by stopping the flow of drugs. I've lost some friends to heroin, and I think it's necessary. I say we build the wall.
It's stupid, and Trump's stupid.
He ran on build the wall. Okay, I think that's great. I do think that is a good thing to be built, but there's so much more to do. We can't wait for the wall to be built. We got to implement all these other, the E-Verify, we got to implement all these other things.
Putting up the wall, do you think that would cut down on drug trafficking or possibly illegal aliens making their way into the country?
No, because if it's happened for the last, 200-300 years, you think it's going to stop, honestly?
Maybe if they had a 30-foot wall that they couldn't climb, that might make a difference.
I think I would go help them build it as a volunteer. Every country has a right to have their wall. It shouldn't even be a question if we were allowed to have our wall. Of course we can. Just like you have walls on your house. If you don't want the wall to protect your country, take down the walls to your house or the fence to your yard.
No, that's an excellent point. The reason we lock our doors at night is not because we hate the people outside, it's because we love the people inside. One thing is for sure when visiting Ocean Beach, you'll always run into some colorful characters that don't mind sharing their opinions with you. It made me wonder what people south of the border thought about the wall being built. Well, there was only one way to find out. This is Jeff Sullivan reporting for Infowars.com. I'm here now about as far south as we can possibly travel. Behind me, you see the old border wall. I was interested to get some of the Mexican citizens' perspectives on the border wall that's being built here in San Diego. So come on, let's see if we can find some people. On second thought, let's do it legally. It's probably safer for everybody involved. I couldn't help but notice that once we crossed into Mexico, a large majority of the houses had walls surrounding their property. Not little ones either. We made a quick stop to buy a Mexican soccer jersey so that I could blend in better. In hindsight, I may have been shopping in the Husky children's section and just didn't know it. Thankfully, that did not deter the locals from talking to me. Jeff Sullivan with Infowars.com. I'm here today with Lalo, and we're asking him how he feels about the border wall being started in San Diego, as well as how he thinks Trump's been doing over the last 500 days. So, Lalo, thanks for talking with us, first of all. Tell me what you think about the border wall being built in San Diego. What are your thoughts about it?
Well, to me, it sounds like being in Berlin, Like, they tore apart, obviously, because it wasn't doing any good. Besides, separates people, and that's not the way God intended us to be. For us, the wall is not helping. It's only making things worse. If we can get more together, all of us, and try to help each other, it'd be better than putting a wall. The wall is going to cost so much money that people don't want to pay for it.
What are your thoughts on the border wall that's been started in San Diego recently?
Well, each country have to defend their land. I agree with that. Well, I respect Donald Trump, and if he wants to do the wall, it's okay. But making the Mexican government to pay for that, I believe it's not fair.
What do you think about the border wall that's been started in San Diego?
Well, I don't like it. I'm one of the many that don't approve of it. I don't like it, but there's reasons for everything. It's a sad thing to see, but it's a reaction of many things that are happening in this world. I mean, it's getting worse.
You know, it's a wall. People can go over, they can go under.
I was told that they tried to allow Navy SEALs to get over the wall that they're building right now, and that they were stopped cold trying to get over it.
Well, there's always been a wall here at the San Diego-Tijuana border. There's been a wall of different types. So the fact that they're perhaps like making that wall stronger, I still don't see it as part of that gigantic wall that Trump's been talking about. And as far as going over, going under, hey, where there's a will, there's a way.
Beautiful weather, excellent food, and the fighting spirit of the Mexican people. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. From Baja California, this is Jeff Sullivan with Infowars.com. Welcome back to the show. Today we are talking about the border wall and the fact that California has declared itself a sanctuary state. My take on that, honestly, is the fact that a governor of California has decided to make his state a sanctuary for people that are breaking the law. To me, that's outright rebellion and borderline treason, honestly, because he's vowed not to work with authorities, law enforcement officials that are trying to locate these illegal immigrants and deport them back to where they came from. Aiding and abetting people that are breaking the law is what that sounds like to me. So, I mean, I guess that's the way California politics work, though, right? If you don't like it, get out. You know, I don't have anything against people that are trying to come to the country, make a better life for themselves. Honestly, that's what this country is all about. That's what it's always been about. And I can actually speak to that a little bit because I married a woman from Ensenada, Mexico. And we've been married for 5 years now. I walked with her every step of the way. I helped her fill out the citizenship application. I helped her study for her test. And I'm really proud to say that as of last August, she is officially an American citizen, and nobody's happier about that than she is. So I get that people want to come across and make better lives for themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. My thought is, if you're willing to pay a coyote $9,000, sometimes even more than that, to get you up to the southern border and across, my advice would be take that money and maybe invest in getting a residence card so that you can be here in the States legally, working, and then continue working towards American citizenship. It's just crazy to me that the left, Democrats, have fully embraced the illegal immigrants that are here in the country, specifically in California, because they know what a powerful tool they are when it comes to votes. Just for fun. Let's say the shoe was on the other foot, right? Let's say Republicans were trying to get illegal immigrants across the border because they knew that they could get votes from the illegal immigrants. Democrats, they would have the funding, they would have the wall built within 6 months, and I guarantee you that you could probably see it from outer space. But here's the thing, Americans are starting to wake up. They're starting to see, especially in some of the social issues recently that Democrats have taken a really anti-American stance on, Americans are starting to see that Democrats don't necessarily have their best interest at heart. I think they have full-on just punted. The Democrats know that it's tough to get Americans to vote Democrat these days, and so the actual plan that they're going with is that if they can't get Americans to vote Democrat, then their plan is to import an illegal immigrant army that will vote Democrat. For Infowars.com, I'm Jeff Sullivan.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.